Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today. Today we're going to discuss further price reduction, especially in Europe when it comes to the superchargers. We're going to discuss as well expansion here in Giga Berlin and more interesting stats and news. Now let's start with Giga Berlin. We all know that Tesla is further expanding on site. Not only the forest is gone, but as well new buildings will appear soon. Now, when it comes to more people working on site, it's getting also more and more important that the infrastructure to bring people to work is getting more and more important. So what Tesla is about to do is they are building their own train station, which the DB, so Deutsche Bahn, will use to transport people to work. And so that is something that will start being built by 2025 and will be finished by 2026. Now, you all might ask, well, that's another 3 years. Yes, that's true. And that is the way how it works in Germany. It takes some time, to be honest with you. And of course, the entire train line has to be remodeled. But at the end, people will be able to transfer themselves from home to work much easier. Now, looking into the return on invested capital, Tesla is a master in doing so. And they also achieve that by using the factory floor much more efficient. So if you have a capital that you invested in a factory, but you plan to build 500,000 cars, but you achieve efficiency there, and you're able to produce 700,000 cars with the same space and the same investment, that as well is a way to make it much more efficient and achieve a very great result in this category. And we all know that Tesla is very good in doing so. So I'm glad to see Tesla leading in this number. Now, when it comes to advertising, as we have seen some shortening delivery times, we have seen declines from Tesla's side saying that there will be no price reduction in China. But it's always the same discussion. Will Tesla at some point make ads? Will they advertise their products? And there are many people out there that believe this could be a wise move for Tesla to invest the money and actually move forward to achieve such greater reach by advertisement than maybe just by word of mouth and brand awareness. Please let me know what you think about this part. I think it's not the time yet, but maybe in 3 or 4 years. Now, when it comes to public superchargers, again, this is for Tesla drivers, the 55. We clearly see this has been a decline. It has been much worse before. 55 in Germany. There was a decline as well in other countries. Well, we're going to look into that. The left side is actually for non-Tesla users. We here have Klein Ostheim in Germany with 66 cents, then 73 cents and 66 cents. That is one example, and this is the shot before the decrease. And now we have the same, which is 50 cents, 55 cents, and 50 cents. So that is a major difference here, to be honest with you, and that is good news. But it also might indicate that Tesla might be using some superchargers that are not so much used. They will use a cheaper price. And for those that are well used, for example, at a freeway or a traction side where many people are charging their car, they could increase the price over there. But we haven't seen really that strategy yet, but I believe Tesla could do that in the future once they have more information about certain locations and how well they are actually performing. Now, as we are looking into Giga Berlin and the battery cell production over here, we're going to move to LG because LG is investing $3 billion for a battery cathode factory in Tennessee. Now, I have mentioned many times my respect to the strategy in the US, now moving so much production to the US, especially when it comes to battery cell production. We had the talks of CATL, Panasonic, LG, and other big companies building factories in the US. So this entire plan of Biden seems to be working. Please let me know if you disagree. But I kind of get a feeling as a German that this strategy is working very well. And moving forward, this is going to help the US to actually establish itself as a leading EV country. And there's also rumors Tesla is actually building a factory in South Korea, and then they might be exporting cars from there to the US as well. I mean, we do know there's a lot of potential in the United States, especially if we're looking into the other brands. We have GM, Ford, Toyota, Stellantis, Honda, and Nissan declining compared to 2015. And it doesn't look like they will be getting back up to that numbers. Now, when we look at Tesla, we see a major difference here. And of course, Tesla might have picked up some customers from the other brands. Again, this is not the difference all of them are seeing. So not everybody moved to Tesla though, but Tesla has a lot of potential in the US to move forward and to actually establish itself. And the Korean factory, if they would do that, could maybe even help, because the economic legal boundaries are not there. It looks like governments could work together with exporting as well cars. But again, this is future business. It's not 100% sure yet if that would happen. Now, looking into the trading behind how the Germans stack up against the world's largest EV makers. Now, Mercedes-Benz, BMW, VW Group. Well, you notice one thing when it comes to market share, and that is GM. And this is something that many people ignore as well, Bloomberg, even though they might write that in a small note. But the first impression is always the worst and the best one. And might be some people thinking really that the GM numbers are accurate. But again, this is as well with the Chinese brand in place and with the very, very small EV that they actually have. So I do think that Tesla is going to continue to dominate this market. And I believe as well that Tesla is in a great way in an advantage, as they have control over their entire supply chain. It will be exciting to see what Tesla will do with the refinery for lithium in Texas. And of course, in Giga Berlin, we have seen a few struggles in the past month. But Tesla is moving forward, and they are closing up to the 3,000 car mark per week, which is again a milestone. And this really shows what Tesla can achieve. And the same is for Austin as well. We don't have any clear numbers yet, but they are very close when it comes to the same weekly numbers as Tesla. So the profitability should increase. The last weeks of this year will be exciting, and I'm hoping to have you back here on my channel soon with the latest updates. So thank you very much for being here today, and have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.